One of the most successful posts I often see in Facebook is when people say, I'm a small business owner. Please share my post. There might be somebody who needs to know about me. And they're shared, and you can see they're shared. And you can see there's people commenting on it and liking it and loving it. Please leave me a review. Openly asking for these things. Now, you put that out and nothing happens. You get crickets, absolute silence. You know what? It might just be because it's words and you haven't bunged a picture with it. It might be because you put it out at a time when everybody was cooking dinner, so nobody saw it and it just dropped down their feed. You might have to ask again. Sometimes we have to ask more than once. And if you've got children, you're asking the same thing over and over and over and over again every single day. And just think of social media as that. People don't see it, they don't hear it, they don't look at it, they don't listen to it. Just like a child can totally ignore you until you find the right phrasing and then they jump up and do whatever that job is. Hello and welcome. Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to your needs, the needs of the practicing natural therapist. With interviews, herbal discussions, something business and something clinical each week, you'll get the variety you need and enjoy to stay motivated in practice. Hello everyone and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. How are you? So it's very exciting what's coming up at the weekend, and I'm thinking all of the different things that I can put in what I'm doing. So shifting the mindset is really important, and we've got to think about shifting the mindset for our clients as well as shifting our own mindsets as well. So at the weekend, if you don't know, we've got Conducting Confident Consults. It's a workshop. There's Zoom rooms. There's a week's worth of information has already been released. Not that that matters. You can do that afterwards. But it's all happening this weekend. And I've got lots of excitements coming up through the year as well. I'm thinking, we do a programs and practice session day within the academy. So I think I'm going to promote that a little bit more leading up to that, so that you guys can all join the academy and join us on the day and start formulating that program for yourself. But that's next. Right now, we're talking about shifting the mindset, because it's the mindset, not just our own mindset, but that of our client. Now, I have made some notes. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see me looking up and down. I don't normally write notes, but on this one I have. Because we need our mindset ready to go when our client comes in to see us at the start of the consult. So we need to be ready to go. We need to be, on fire, who knows? It depends what you're like as a person. It might be that you just need to be ready and stable and set to go. I like to be wound up and pointed in the right direction, is what I say about me. So our mindset needs to be right for our client so that we're not overwhelming them with us and who we are with our story, but instead we're taking on their story, who they are and how we can help them and how we can talk to them. It's all about scripts at the weekend as well. We can talk to them so that it's them that's taking on the change for themselves. We are just the facilitator. We are just we're the cheerleader. We're the advocate for change. We're not the one who does the work. They're the one who does the work. And so, when we think, is our mindset ready for this client? That is, am I organized? That is as simple as it is. Am I organized? If I'm worried, maybe flower essence, maybe, something that's going to help me in the moment for my anxiety, maybe an exercise, maybe an activity, maybe some breathing exercises, because we can get anxiety before we see someone, especially if we've started overthinking them before they even came in. So we've got our action steps. We really want action steps to seeing that client. So, they will have filled in some form of intake form before you see them. You will have gone through that. You would have thought, yeah, I know about that. No, I don't know about that. You will have looked something up, chances are. With our action steps, of course, is have they paid in advance for the appointment? That's really important because they need to have skin in the game. They need to want to be doing the thing. All right. And I think it's really important because it takes away also the pressure on you to do all that that last bit of paperwork right at the end. Instead, all you have to do is book in the next appointment and if you want to, take the money for the follow-up appointment. So having our systems in place also gives us that mindset readiness to see our client. Now, when we think about seeing that client and our mindset, we've also got to think about our timings. Obviously, we go through a lot of that at the weekend. With our timings, it's really important that our client is ready to see us, that we are ready to see them with our resources, with all of the things that they need and all of the things that we need to give them. So our computer's set up, ready to go, our paperwork's available. Do we need to outsource anything when we see a client? So that's not just outsourcing, get the VA to do it. What I'm talking about is, do they have to go to a GP? It's all of the outsourcing things in our line of work, Then when we've seen our client, we're ready to go. We've got everything sorted, haven't we? We're ready to go. We're all set up. But then we sometimes need to flip belief. So we really need to think about that mindset of belief of illness, because there are ways of saying things. So really simple things like saying, I'm an asthmatic, labels you as an asthmatic. It labels you as somebody with asthma. Whereas saying I have asthma means that I suffer from asthma, or asthma is a complaint I have, means that you're not labeling yourself as an asthmatic. All right, so we want to take the labels away because that changes our mindset. Sometimes labels can be unhelpful. Getting that full diagnosis and getting that label can be really helpful because it might change the tide with how the person behaves and what they do, or it can be unhelpful because it holds them back, it depresses them. It means that they feel they can't go any further, they can't change, they can't improve. So mindset of getting your client to do things, again, this is the scripts we'll be using at the weekend, but changing that mindset of the client as well as yourself means that you're more ready to perform yourself, to be able to talk, but you can get them on board by flipping that mindset a bit, making sure they come back. Any negative self-talk, that I'm the rubbish, I'm no good at this, I'm no good as a consultant, I'm no good as a patient, I'm the common line, I'm the worst patient you've ever seen because I haven't done the things you asked me to do. So therefore we turn around and go, I'm really rubbish because I asked you to do too much. No, it's all just about flipping it on its head. Okay. So a mentee just said to me this morning, she said that she'd, for something totally different, she VAs as well. And so she'd sent out a price to somebody, a full quote of what they wanted done and the price and everything else, and they hadn't got back to her. And so she was thinking, I'm rubbish, I'm useless, she doesn't want me, all of the things. And then I said, well, have you just checked in with her to see if she got the email with your quote? Oh, no, I can't do that. I said, well, yeah, you just send a follow-up. Hi, just following up to check that you got my quote and what you thought of it. It's neither here nor there. You're not saying, sorry, did you get it? It's late. You're just saying, did you get it? That's okay to send an email like that. She sent the email. Immediately she got a reply, oh yeah, I do want to start this. I can't start for another week. I've just been so busy. I've been inundated because I had to I was behind in my tax. I hadn't done my BAS. I didn't realise I was behind, so that's what I've been spending my time on. So we just need to put it off for a couple of weeks, and then yes, we're all in. So she got the job, but she had this self-talk going on, this mindset going on, going, I didn't get it. She doesn't want me. She doesn't want me to write those recipes and do those things, So we have to remember that mindset for ourselves, it can be holding us back. She didn't check in. Perhaps the other person would have eventually forgotten she'd sent it, that was on her plate to do because of everything that was overwhelming her. And then by the time she got around to asking her to do it, perhaps too late. So we do need reminding. We do need following up. Everyone is just so, so busy. Now, another thing we often tell ourselves is, I'm not successful in business because, and, insert problem here. So for a long time I'm not successful in business, or I'm not good at business. I'm successful, I could do the job, but I'm not good in business because I can't organize the financial side. So I've got a bookkeeper now, and she's just started sending me these updates, which are really worrying, because now it says now I have to really and truly take responsibility, because she's giving me forecasts, which I've never had before. So that was a bit daunting when I saw that. But at the same time, I was like, hey, I did actually know this stuff because I've looked at it on Stripe. But it's really nice getting it from somebody else's perspective on pie graphs and the different ways of doing it. So, there's lots of stories we can be telling ourselves, and maybe your story is, I'm not successful in business because I'm not as smart as that other person. I missed the boat. Other people came in earlier, so it's too late for me to get on board. Oh, there's too many other, insert occupation, naturopath, nutritionist, whatever you might be, health coach. There's too many others in the market. I'm no good because there's too many there. The market's already saturated. Now, no market is saturated. How many billion people have we got on the planet? No market is saturated. We all want things. We just, it's like going to the supermarket. I like baby spinach leaves. Other people like large spinach leaves. So, think about that. So people are going to enjoy you for you that they won't enjoy somebody else. I know there's another mentor, a friend of mine said, I can never work with her. I can't stand her voice. She just drives me up the wall. She's got this high-pitched thing at the end. I was like, I've never even noticed that. Never noticed it, not even vaguely. And, she's like, I can't stand it. I don't know how, anyone can work with her. So, and yet she's a very successful mentor. So think about it. These things are, one person suits you, another person suits another person. And so that's okay. And that's mindset, understanding that there is somebody or something for everything and everyone. Now, we need to build connection with our clients, and scripts at the weekend, we're going to be building connections. We're going to be figuring out those connections in the clinic with our clients, and connections are really important, but we can build connections wider and ask our clients to share us with their wider community. They can give us a review on Google My Business. They could share your business. One of the most successful posts I often see in Facebook is when people say, I'm a small business owner. Please share my post. There might be somebody who needs to know about me. And they're shared, and you can see they're shared, and you can see there's people commenting on it and liking it and loving it. Please leave me a review. Openly asking for these things. Now, you put that out and nothing happens. You get crickets, absolute silence. You know what? It might just be because it's words and you haven't bunged a picture with it. It might be because you put it out at a time when everybody was cooking dinner, so nobody saw it and it just dropped down their feed. You might have to ask again. Sometimes we have to ask more than once. And if you've got children, you're asking the same thing over and over and over and over again every single day. And just think of social media as that. People don't see it, they don't hear it, they don't look at it, they don't listen to it. Just like a child can totally ignore you until you find the right phrasing, and then they jump up and do whatever that job is. So, we do need to think about our mindset, our clients' mindset. Complicated isn't always better. And I think we do need to remember that. Often we need to keep things simple, keep things easy. Don't push it out there and start worrying people, overcomplicating something that is actually very simple. We all have unique perspective on who we are. We might need to use more layman's terms than we were using, or maybe we need to ramp it up and use some non-layman's terms just to, show us to be different to others, or use the non-layman's terms and explain them in a way that laymen can understand. So we really need this connection and this mindset of, I am good, I know what I'm doing, I'm going to go on and I'm going to do even better than I am now. So I'm going to leave you with that thought, with remembering we need to shift our mindset as well as shifting our clients' mindsets. I'm going to leave you with that thought, and I hope you have an absolutely brilliant rest of day. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.